Hey boo, hey, it's your girl Laquita Michelle. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel where we talk all things fitness, all things fit girly lifestyle, all things personal development. We talk about God and a lot of mindset. If you're returning, thank you for subscribing and welcome back. Today I'm going to be going through my authentic story, how I'm now sitting before you at 182 pounds, being a girl that started out at 256 pounds, very depressed, very broken, very not happy with my life and the way that it was going. So let's get into today's episode. I remember my daughter was graduating in 2019 and my best friend was also leaving to go to move to a different state. At the point in time, I really didn't know what I had going on or how I was feeling. I was just feeling really, really, really like not myself. Being 256 pounds, I don't know what in the world I was doing. Nobody looked at me and said, "Hey, Quita, you getting larger." Nobody looked and said, "Hey, Quita, you done gained weight. Your face is fatter." Nobody said anything because honestly, sometimes people don't even know what they're looking at when they're kind of looking at a reflection of themselves. Not knowing I was depressed, I ended up doing something that nobody in my family has ever done, and that's going to therapy. Upon entering therapy, they go through this plethora of questions, how you got here, what you're feeling. Come to find out, your girl was diagnosed with depression. I was diagnosed with codependency. I'm going to show you me at 256 pounds, depressed, broken, and then we're going to get into how I was able to change my life around and how you can do the same. Let's get into today's episode. So, with my weight loss journey, I did not start out with a personal trainer. I did not start out as a gym girl. I honestly started out doing COVID. I started my journey doing 30 minutes a day walk around my neighborhood inside. It was one way. I'm sorry. It was one way. It was one way. It was one way. Inside, out. Same way. You had to come in, you had to leave out. And I started my journey thinking that I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. I started my journey doing the C. I thought it was my job that was making me depressed and sad when it wasn't. So I had this big thing that I was finna to quit and I was gonna sell tea. Craziest thing ever, right? But what that started was, it started my healing journey. It started me to evaluate my life and the things that were making me unhappy and sad. And one thing that I immediately started doing, this is something that you could start today. I immediately stopped drinking sodas. I immediately stopped eating pork. Of course, there wasn't a lot of restaurants open, so you couldn't really eat out. So I did a lot of cooking at home. I honestly only started out doing like baked chicken and broccoli. That was my like go-to meal. My mindset had to shift from what the hell am I doing to I can actually do this. Once I started to see the pounds drop consistently, like 2 pounds a week, I was like, oh my gosh, it's really working. Like what I'm doing is actually working. So that's something that you can do in reference to your nutrition. You do not have to hire a personal trainer. You do not have to go out and go to a gym. All you have to do is start with what you have. And the way you start with what you have is walk around your complex, walk around your neighborhood, 30 minutes. Put you on personal development. I will recommend Jim Rohn. I will recommend Les Brown. I now listen to Dunny Wiggins. I would recommend you listen to anything that's going to give you areas of your life and ways that you can improve on them, or if it's something that you actually want to learn as well. Do that for 30 minutes a day consistently. Okay, consistently walk for 30 minutes a day around your neighborhood, around your apartment complex, so that you can start to get some type of results. During this time, I was on LOA, so I was on leave from work, but I also went back to work. So learning how to balance working my 9 to 5 and my fitness journey was a lot. What I thought that started out as a weight loss journey, it really started out for me to lose weight, but it turned more into how I was going to beat depression. My weight loss journey is how I beat depression. And depression is not something that you beat, it's something that you consistently deal with, right? But learning coping mechanisms, like when you start your fitness journey, it heals so many different areas in your life. It really, really does. Nobody tells you this because a lot of people don't understand the connection between your mental health and your physical health. They're all connected. Your mental health is so important. Working out, taking care of yourself, being fit, doing a walk a day, it's the best mental reset for you ever. If you ever feel like you sad, you don't want to be around people, you don't have any motivation, go for a walk. Get in nature. Go to a park. If you can't go to a park, you don't have a car, take a walk. I promise you, it will shift your energy and you'll have a reset. You'll start to have mental clarity. You'll start to physically and mentally feel better. And that's the number one thing that I did. That's probably the number one thing that helped me get through my fitness journey, besides getting a closer relationship with God, a lot of crying, a lot of writing, a lot of dealing with things that I hadn't dealt with or didn't know how to deal with. Fitness saved me. While going back to my 9 to 5 and still learning how to juggle my fitness journey and leading a team of 15 people, I had to learn how to balance, right? With balancing, you have to learn what works for you. So I encourage you, if you try it and it doesn't work, go back and do something else. Try something different. Don't stop because the first routine didn't work. Don't stop because you missed the workout. You're probably going to miss workouts as you go throughout this journey. The key is to not quit. The key is to get back up and do it again. The key is, if you miss one day, bounce right back into it the next day. Missing one does not mean missing all. Make sure you get a piece of paper. You write down what I'm telling you and you put it on a sticky note for those days that you get discouraged, those days that you're not motivated, because motivation is not real. Consistency is. Write it at the top of your index card, write it at the top of your vision board, above your fitness journey that you want to start. Motivation is not real. Consistency is. Consistency is going to lead you to the discipline, and the discipline builds the habit. On my channel, I'm going to be sharing with you workouts, how I balance my 9 to 5 routine while building my brand. If you're a beginner fit girl, if you're someone who's just starting their journey and you're trying to balance life, please make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be coming and giving you all of the juice, all of the details, giving you tips and gems on how you can do your fitness journey and balance life when life is life. Comment I'm starting below if you're just not starting your journey, and I would love to motivate, encourage you, and be your best accountability partner. I love you. I'll talk to you later.